You know what's funny? People wear masks long before they ever go to a costume party. They smile in your face, laugh at your jokes, nod when you speak, pretend they're on your side. But deep down, deep down, they're just waiting. Waiting for the moment you slip, the moment you fall. So they can reveal the claws they kept hidden behind silk gloves. But here's the twist. You didn't fall. You stood tall. You pulled back the curtain. You exposed them. And now, it's eating them alive. They thought they had you fooled. Thought you'd never see the cracks in their porcelain lies. Thought you'd always be the quiet one, the patient one, the forgiving one. But you were just observing, watching, calculating. You saw every fake hug, every backhanded compliment. Every time they smiled at your success, but clenched their teeth in envy. And one day, you stopped pretending not to see. You showed the world who they really were. And that is the moment everything changed. Now they walk around like shadows haunted by their own reflection. You took away their disguise, their power, their illusion. You forced them to look into the mirror they've been avoiding their whole lives. And oh, how they hate you for it. Not because you lied, but because you told the truth. You turned on the lights in a room they wanted to keep dark forever. And now, they're squirming under the brightness. You see, the truth has a funny way of sticking around. Doesn't care how many lies you throw on top of it. It doesn't care how loud they scream or how many people they try to turn against you. The truth just waits. Quiet, patient, smiling, until the day it cracks the surface and drowns the lies like rats in a flood. And you, my dear, were the storm. They're rotting from the inside out. Not because you hurt them, but because you revealed that they were the villains in the story they wrote with themselves as the hero. That kind of exposure burns like acid. It eats away at the pride, the reputation, the carefully constructed fantasy they sold to everyone around them. You didn't break them. You just made them face who they really are. And some people, they can't survive that kind of truth. They can't sleep at night. They replay every word you said. Every time you looked at them, not with anger, but with pity. That's what stings the most. You didn't scream. You didn't beg. You didn't try to fix them. You just left. Calm. Cold. Unbothered. And in that silence, they heard everything they needed to know. You outgrew the cage they built for you. You escaped the script they wrote. And now they're stuck in their own story with no one left to blame but the face in the mirror. And oh, they'll try. They'll twist the narrative. Paint you as the villain. Call you heartless. Call you fake. But they're not trying to convince others. They're trying to convince themselves. Because deep down, they know. You didn't destroy them. You gave them the opportunity to see the truth, and they rejected it. That's what haunts them. People don't fear the monster under the bed. They fear the one staring back in the mirror. And when you expose their nature, you force them to look. No filters, no masks, just raw, ugly truth. And now it's devouring them from the inside out. You're not the villain. You're the justice they never saw coming. The consequence they never believed would arrive. The walking reminder that no matter how well they play the part, truth always wins. They thought they were smarter, thought they could play you like a game. But they underestimated something powerful. Your silence, your patience, your ability to walk away and let karma do the talking. And now, karma's singing lullabies in their ears, whispering all the things they tried to bury. Every lie, every betrayal, every time they stabbed you with a smile. It's all coming back to them now. Every night, every shadow, every echo. And you don't even have to lift a finger. Because the most powerful revenge is peace. The kind of peace that can only come after surviving hell and walking out with your soul intact. While they scream for attention, you're calm. While they spiral in chaos, you're focused. You're not trying to prove anything. You don't need to. Your silence is louder than their noise. Your glow, it's brighter than their darkness. Let them gossip. Let them plot. Let them choke on the very lies they once used to manipulate. Because now, every word they speak exposes them more. Every move they make shows the desperation they can't hide. You expose their truth, and now it's their own conscience that's turning on them. That's power. Real, untouchable power. The kind that doesn't need to shout. It just watches them drown in their own venom. They say revenge is best served cold. But you served it silent. No explosions, no drama. Just a quiet withdrawal. A calm disengagement. You didn't burn the bridge. You just stopped walking toward it. And when the silence came, so did the realization. They lost something they'll never get back. Access to you. And that is what's eating them alive. They weren't ready for someone like you. Someone who could see through the lies, but stay silent long enough to collect receipts. Someone who could smile in the face of betrayal, only to walk away with their dignity untouched. You're not heartless. You just learned the hard way that some people deserve your silence more than your explanation. Let them stew. Let them rot. Because the truth you unleashed is now their prison. A prison with no bars, just guilt. And you're free, unchained, evolved, stronger, smarter, colder. And they hate that. They hate that you're thriving, that you're not broken, that after everything they did, you're still standing. Smiling, unbothered. You're the reminder that truth always surfaces, that masks always crack, that karma always comes home. And while they sit there trying to patch their broken image, trying to rebuild their fake kingdom, you've already moved on. You've outgrown the battlefield. You've become the storm that washed away the lies. And now, their own mind is doing what you never had to, tearing them apart, piece by piece. They'll never admit it, but you changed them, not in the way they hoped, not through forgiveness, but through revelation. You held up the mirror. You showed them the monster they tried to hide. And now that monster keeps them company. Every night, every silence, every time they remember you, they're reminded of what they really are. And that, my friend, is the sweetest justice of all. So let them burn in the fire they lit for you. Let them feel the sting of the truth they tried to bury. Because you walked through that fire and came out forged. While they melt in the heat of their own lies, you've become untouchable, unshakable, unforgettable. And now you smile, because you know they can't outrun what they are. And you never had to run. You just watched, waited. And when the time was right, you revealed. And that's what's eating them alive.